My concern is I'm here talking to Pennsylvania farmers, and they're a crop away from bankruptcy. They're a crop away from losing their farms.
I wanted to start off by saying I did vote for Donald Trump. We are possibly going to lose our farm if NRCS doesn't hold up their contract with us on the EQIP program.
Texas farmers are sounding the alarm on this tariff war. And in more breaking news, nobody cares. Yeah, I don't know if it's just me or maybe it's some of you too, but as far as farmers sounding the alarm, I don't care. I have to admit, I don't care at all, because the last time Donald Trump was president, 100,000 farmers across the country lost their farms. Yeah. So overwhelmingly, farmers voted for this man again, knowing full well of his history the last time he was president. So from me to you, farmers, I don't care.
I don't care. I don't care. All these videos on this app about how in 3 weeks the grocery stores are going to be empty, good. Let that play out. Okay, take some precautions, but let that shit play out. Farmers on this app boo-hooing because they're losing their farms, all the way off. What did you think was going to happen? Joe Biden bailed you out, then you turned around and voted for Trump. So yeah, I'm glad that all your government grants and bailouts and farmer welfare got taken away from you. And I hope to God a Democrat buys your land and is profitable. Truckers. Oh my God, the amount of truckers on my algorithm right now boo-hooing that they don't have any loads, which by the way, at first is kind of funny. But what? 90% of you voted for this. What the did you think was going to happen when he tariffed the whole world and there was going to be no product to move around the country? Hello? Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm scared to death of shitstorm that we are all about to walk through. And the longevity of those empty shelves keeps me up at night. But the only thing that keeps me going is that any day it could happen.
Oh, I'm a soybean farmer that voted for Trump, and I'm begging him to stop this trade war. Oh, look at you. You're so different. You're so strong. You're so brave. See, you're like a 10th generation soybean farmer, and apparently the president of like the American Soybean Farmers Association. You know that last time he was in office, soybean farmers lost $20 billion because of his tariffs. And our tax money had to bail you out. And you fucking voted for him again. And now you're like, oh, I'm begging him, please stop. This was in Project 2025. Hello? So fucking tired of you people. I saw a video of the cheese lady, the cheese slice lady. I saw a video of her like at a store pointing to cheese and saying, haha, see, some of us can laugh at ourselves. Fuck you. Right. Fucking glaring red flags. You ignored all of it. And now you're like, I'm a soybean farmer and I'm begging him, please stop doing exactly what you said you were gonna fucking do. Oh, I'm the cheese lady. I'm the cheese lady. See, I can laugh at myself. Obviously, I got tricked, but I can laugh at myself. There are people whose lives have truly, truly been impacted by his fucking whims. Cheese lady, we don't need you to laugh at yourself. We need you to fucking apologize. You know what, soybean farmer? We need you to say, I am such an asshole. It was crystal clear. He said, I'm going to do this to you. Now I'm like, fucking apologize to the whole country.
So as a Nebraskan, the farmers predominantly voted for the current president. They also voted for Pete Ricketts and Deb Fischer, who aren't doing anything for them. And China announced that they're not going to buy corn and soybeans today, or I think they've done it over the last couple days. I think it was last week, because of the trade war their current president that they voted for decided to wage, a trade war with China. They're not going to buy your goods. And I know that a lot of you have said that you want aid. Well, as a taxpayer who lives in Nebraska, who did vote for the right candidate, I don't think I want my tax dollars going to bail you out. I think you actually should sit in your decisions and feel the effects. You want us to. Every time we vote for a Democrat and you say they're horrible. So at this point in time, I'm going to tell you the same thing you say to me back. You wanted to vote for this. Now you get to deal with the consequences. And I don't think I should have to bail you out because I work hard for my money too. And my dollars shouldn't bail out your bad decisions. So yeah, today I'm telling you, the farmers here in Nebraska, you need to deal with your own decisions. It's your consequences, not mine, and I don't want to pay for them.
Let's talk about farmers. These are loyal supporters of DT. Remember, these people, they voted for him from the first time. He messed them, and again in 2024, they went ahead and voted for him. But now, it's their time of crying out. It's their time of regretting. Man, their tables have turned down.
Y'all, I have some mixed feelings about these farmers that are getting screwed over by these tariffs. There's part of me that wants to laugh in their faces and say, congratulations, you got exactly what you voted for, bro. And then there's another side of me that understands that these people are just too simple and don't really understand what they did.
You don't want to hear this price I'm about to give you. I said, well, give it to me anyways. He said, each of those steaks now is going to be $1.74 a piece. I said, well,
Double the
and I know
price.
both. We can't do that, and that's going to be impossible. So that's just to let you know a little bit of what we're going through out here on our farm and what farmers in general are going through. These tariffs, not the best thing for our country. I voted for Trump.
Now, if you didn't catch that at the end, he said, these tariffs aren't the best thing for our country, and I voted for Trump. These people don't really pay attention to the news. These are people that just listen to what Earl says down at the diner, and he's voted Republican his whole life because they're the party of God. And speaking of God, there are a lot of these farmers that say, you know what? I'm not that worried because God's got this.
Of faith, and our faith is in God and not in administration.
In agriculture, there's about 85% of what happens on my farm that is completely out of my control.
Yeah.
So I have to do the very best I can at managing that 15% of inputs and costs and labor and marketing and signing the best contract and doing the best job that I can and leave the other 85% up to the good Lord. And that's all we can do, whether it's weather or disease or a hailstorm or a pandemic or administration.
They're trying to compare these tariffs to a natural disaster, but this isn't a natural disaster. This was a decision made by one man who is screwing them over. And they're just like, well, it's in the Lord's hands. What can we do? And this, again, is why religion is so dangerous. They're willing to accept financial ruin because the Lord's got this, so I'm not going to be worried about what Trump decides to do. And my friends over at the Cowboy Church told me that God put him in office for a reason. And that's just it. When you think that there's a supernatural force just watching over you at all times, nothing matters. Your family might starve. Well, if that's what God wants, who am I to argue with him? If you don't get your kid vaccinated, they could easily die of a disease that's easily preventable. Well, if that's what the Lord wants, I'm not going to be able to stop him. And that is why religion is one of the most dangerous things on this planet. Because these people have been convinced that they are completely out of control of things that they could completely control if they wanted to. And the sad thing is that we need our farmers, but Darwinism is going to take them all away from us if they don't get away from this Christian nationalist way of thinking. Unfortunately, I just don't see that happening. Do you?
Well, it's Sunday, and if you want to see what the Lord's doing today to these farmers, I want you to go down Farmer Talk today. These farmers are crying in every single state. But guess what they all have in common? Well, there's a few things. They get $10 billion of aid every single year from your government dollars. Number two, they get to pick their own crops. A lot of them, the ones that are getting nixed from China, they pick those crops to plant and sell. You heard me correctly. So while these red states want manufacturing in America, they get free government welfare of $10 billion every single year with, it's not a loan, with no accountability, no credit checks, they don't have to pay it back. They could be horrible businessmen. They get this money every year and they get to plant a crop that they want. Well, guess what? They've been losing money for 3 years. So that $10 billion that you and I have been sinking into people who found the government handout, that's where our money's going. But I digress. They are everywhere. Ohio, all these different states with farming, oh, they're fucking crying on the internet. So I thought I would wish you a happy Sunday. I think the Lord's doing his work. I think the Pope is up there. He is now going to assist. But just trust me, go right here, Farmer Talk. and stitch me in a video. I love it. Tag me because I will boost it. And you know what's funny? Their MAGA buddies, their family, their tribe will all still be bragging today about how great Trump is. So I don't know. That wouldn't be a friend to me. Drop your comments. Let's do farmer talk today.
The American farmer will figure it out, plant something different, grow a new crop. You just told me you know nothing about farming. There are approximately 100,000 soybean farmers in the United States that planted their crops this year expecting to sell to China. Now China will not be buying their crop. They have nowhere to sell it. So this year's crop is done because they can't just dig up the crop and plant something new. It doesn't fucking work that way. Not just that, there are a lot of states where you can only grow certain things. You can't just grow anything anywhere. It's not how it works. The soil's not the same everywhere. The soil is perfect for soybeans. It might not be perfect for other things. You don't know shit about shit, and they can't just recover from that. They can't just grow something else that easily. Yes, some of them can, but not all of them. Some small farms are going to fucking go under because of Trump's tariffs. 100%.
These are royal Trump supporters, as I said, who they are facing the harsh reality of his policies. Now, farmers for Trump, they are breaking down, yes, in tears, realizing they're about to lose their farms. They lost government support. Man, they lost everything to the market where they used to supply, where they used to export soybeans. They are no longer taking soybeans to China. Man, things are so crazy. And now they are saying, we thought DT would save us, but he's not. Now, we are in the brink of losing everything. DT's policies have made these farmers realizing they were in the wrong direction. They did wrong, which is result of everything that is being expensive. There's nothing they're taking to the market. Man, people are admitting right now that they voted against their own interest. We've seen many videos of farmers. They said, I didn't realize the consequences. Man, the regret is palpable among DT supporters who feel they have been misled. So, this is not a time of coming out and say we have sympathy for them. I think there is no sympathy here because now these people, they did it twice. Man, they have seen what happens to the farmers before. They really have the story, and exactly the same thing is happening to them. Man, things are so crazy. Things are really, really crazy. These people, I don't know. Man, it's so crazy now. So these very farmers, they cheered, they voted, and they believed. But today, the very farmers who proudly wore those red hats, MAGA hats, are in tears. Their livelihood shattered. Their hopes crushed, and the promise they trusted have broken, man. These are stories we are seeing everywhere on internet of these DT supporters, mostly farmers. And the tariffs are the one that are affecting them, and they are the one who celebrated them. When the guy said we are going to put tariffs on China, man, they celebrated. They really celebrated. But right now, those tariffs are the one destroying their farms. But I'm not here to mock them. I'm here to show the truth. Because maybe, or just maybe, it helps us to understand how things go, Because I can't understand. Because I cannot understand how people know exactly what's going to happen and they go ahead and vote against their own interest. With the things that happened back in the 2016, they have seen already that things have happened. They have seen already that everything have happened. Those very farmers supported the guy, and the guy have damned them. But these people, they have never realized that the guy will damn them. They have never read the stories. Man, we should learn from our history. Why are you not learning from our history? Why are you not learning from what's happened? We're supposed to learn from our history, man. We're not supposed to come and, man, and do against our own interest. Back in the days, DT promised the farmers something bold. We're going to win so much. You get tired of winning. He said tariffs on China and other countries will bring back jobs and help American agriculture to thrive. Thousands of farmers, especially in the places like Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, put their faith in him. They saw him as a fighter. They saw him as a savior. Someone who would finally stand up for the American heartland. But they forget someone who saved them. They forget the guy who gave them hope. They lost hope back in the days, but they forget the guy who gave them hope. Now they are coming out crying, saying, we regret our vote. How are you regretting your vote? But reality had other plans. The trade wars triggered retaliatory tariffs. Countries like China, who were some of America's biggest buyer of soybeans, have said that corn and pork stopped buying. Farm incomes plummeted. Export dropped by millions. A record number of family farmers had gone bankrupt. Many of them in the very state that voted overwhelming for DT. Man, those are the past. People should learn from that. But they've never seen that as something concrete that could help them to know exactly about their future. They went ahead and voted against their own interest, which is very strange. Which is very hard to understand. Because it could be easy to understand that things are not going well. Things have gone bad in the days. So it could be very hard to understand. It could be very hard to understand. But these people, they didn't understand that. Still, they went ahead and voted against their own interest. Man, things are not really well on their side. Man, these families are losing land that's been their names for generation. Machinery repossessed, dreams gone because of doing things recklessly. They don't care. They don't care. First time they lost the workers, and now they're about to lose their farms. So those farmers are breaking down. Some are begging the very government they once wanted smaller to step in and save them. For many, the realization is sinking in that people have told us, people have warned us, but they have never cared about what people said. They warned them about tariffs. They knew that tariffs would hurt them no matter what, but they didn't care. They didn't give any care. So, man, this is what happens when, they should have seen what happened in the past. That's the point. Instead of voting against their own interest. So these farmers, it's not a time of having sympathy to them, because they don't deserve the sympathy. Because yes, they bring some things on the market and we buy them. They help us to survive. But these people, when I heard that they went ahead and voted against their own interest, I feel bad in my heart, and that's the time I lose all the sympathy to them. So you face that reality, you guys. You're the one who called everything to you doors. So it's a lot of things we can learn from this. Simple, So sometimes we have to be careful. Sometimes I always say in this video, let's love ourselves. Let's not do things recklessly. Let's not do things recklessly. You don't care. You feel like, oh, no. Man, let's care about our lives. Let's care about other people. Because it's not only farmers, but other people are also suffering. Tariffs is affecting big number, small businesses. It's affecting everyone. Not only you farmers, but everyone is affected by these tariffs. So there is no need of just, doing things recklessly and that you don't care. Please care about your life. Care about your vote. Your vote is important than anything, because it can take you very far or it can push you down to where you started. That is how our vote is affecting right now. Right now. These farmers are struggling today because of what they did in the past. So I don't think there is sympathy here. Tell me in the comment section, what do you think about this episode? What do you think about these farmers? Do you have sympathy to these farmers? Do you feel anything in your heart as sympathy to these farmers? Tell me in the comment section, what do you think about all this happening to the farmers who trust the man, but the man have dumped them. Not the first time. This is the second time that is happening, man. All right. Thank you so much. I am Fikazo. Let's meet in the next one.